All right. Let me get myself up here. We are in for a fantastic show tonight. We've got Gordium 85 with our featured artist, Wayek. An all Canadian lineup tonight. We opened the show with my Uncle Sebastian yesterday. It's 3 years since his passing. Yeah, I really miss that man. He was a huge influence in my music, and he helped me purchase my first guitar on layaway. I can go on and on with some of the stories of when I used to go watch him live in the Toronto scenes when I was just a kid. And that was the Lords of London, the band that he was involved with. He was 12 years old when he joined that band, 13 actually, and yeah, they became number one. Cornflakes and Ice Cream, the side A of this song, was number one on the chum charts in Canada, throughout Canada. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, a lot to boast about, and I love boasting about my uncle. I love you, Seb. I know you're down up there, looking down and rocking. All right, and yeah, so like I said, this is going to be an all Canadian lineup. Before we get right into our rock and roll, I want to bring up Laurie's Mishmosh and Gary Hubbs, just to share some news. And we, as you all know, Hetriani's tragedy, but I'm going to bring them up. Why can't I add you? There we go.
Hi, Cuz.
Do I have Hubs muted? Hey, Laurie.
Oh.
There's
Hi,
Gary.
Hub.
Hey, Frank. Hey,
Hi,
Laurie.
everybody. Happy Monday. Great to have
Hey,
everybody
everybody.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just after a show backstage, Hubs and I were talking last Monday, about Hetriani get back into it, and he sent him some stems and stuff, and then boom, we get hit with some sad news. I'm gonna let you guys take it from there.
Yeah, Hubs, if you want to.
Sure. Yeah. So, uh, very sudden and tragic event in Hedriani's family, and they lost their stepdaughter, his stepdaughter, and yeah, the family was thrown into the turmoil that you would expect with something so unexpected, and they have set up a GoFundMe to help cover costs for the funeral and final costs and stuff. And yeah, we just want to send love to Het and let people know of his absence and that we're all thinking of him. So
For sure. And, Heteran is close to all of us. And I know a lot of people are close to him as well, but this hit hard because it's like losing our own daughter. It's unbelievable, unimaginable as a parent. And I'm a step parent too. So it's just as hard. He raised her. They had a tight relationship. Just shy of 17 years old. I mean, unbelievable. So we love you. But if you guys can help out, yeah, you've probably seen a bunch of us getting together and posting his GoFundMe and tagging it and pinning it or whatever you need us to do to get that information out to you. So any help is greatly appreciated because I know he would appreciate it. Tough times.
for sure.
So this week, what we've done is we don't have a featured channel. We're posting the link at the top of the chat, and it'll stay there throughout the entirety of the show. And it'll be a GoFundMe link. Anything will be helpful. Yeah, let's just make it as easy as we can for the family. And we've got a little, if you don't mind, we're going to do a little moment, pray, do whatever makes you feel good during this moment. And then we'll carry on with the show. Thank you, Gary and Laurie. I know how much
Thanks, Frankie.
Thanks, Frank.
you guys love each other and how close and tight you three are. Yeah.
We love you, Het.
Yeah.
Love you.
Much love, Het. Thanks, Frank.
All right, let's. All right, thank you, everybody. The thoughts and prayers are with Hetri and his family. Much love, brother. All right, so we opened up the show with the notable streaming channels that we have there. We have one little addition, and I think it's well overdue. We've added Camp G May to the lineup of the notable streaming channels. Camp G May has done so much for so many artists. If you're new to the community and you haven't heard of Camp G May, every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, he has an open mic where you can come up, play guitar, sing, do whatever you like. It's a fantastic show, and it's a good way to get exposure. Half the people that I'm looking at in the chat have already been there, so anybody watching on replay, that's Camp G May. Jade Starr does her live interviews every Thursday at 6 p.m. A fantastic artist as well as interviewer and YouTube content creator. She does so much. Please go check out Jade Starr. Metalhead Hippie is still around with the random hangouts. Yeah, and I noticed Jeff did a really, really, really generous donation to Hetriani family. Francis and Ian with the replay every other Sunday at 8 p.m. You have Thomas Christ with the You Rock show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Fill out a form, hit submit, and yep, you'll get played. I know there's he's got some new things going on. Maybe I should be a little bit more clear with that. I guess we're all going to know this Wednesday. He's got a new format happening. Pete Johns, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Your Music Live. That was my gateway into the community. As for many have come through Metalhead Hippie or Thomas Christ, or regardless, we're all here to celebrate one another's music. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Same deal. Fill out the form, hit submit, and your music will get played. And then we have Laurie's Mishmosh. Yes. Everybody loves Laurie, and nobody's written a song about that yet. Every Friday at 12 a.m. Eastern Time, she has the Friday Night Hang. It's just an amazing show, a lot of fun, great place to hang. She wraps up the week, talks about the upcoming events and stuff like that, and she's got a lot of games and stuff, backing tracks that you can participate in. Just a fantastic show and a fantastic friend. All right, and yeah, we covered the Hetriani. So as I said, it'll be posted at the top of the chat. Yeah, so it's 7:30. I've got glasses on and I still can't see. 7:31. I'm gonna waste no time here because I want to we have, like I said, an all Canadian lineup. We started off with Sebastian with the Lords of London out of Toronto, Ontario, and now we've got Gordium 85. I'm going to bring him on as the featured co-host. Why am I trying to remove you? I'm supposed to be adding
Oh, there
you.
you go. And I'm back.
Yes.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Great to have you on. When JJ and I reached out to Wayek right away, within, I don't know, 15 minutes, can I get Gordium on? I said, of course, man, it's your show. So that was pretty cool.
I had to.
So.
I know you tried to get me on like earlier a while ago. I just couldn't make it happen. So this was when I heard he was going on. I said, this is perfect. I'll join.
No, that's fantastic. No, I know, and we all have lives too outside of YouTube, you know.
As it goes, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I'm glad you're on, but just shortly thereafter, you're on Jade's for the interview. So that worked out really well. You know.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fantastic, and I know you and. Wayek go way back, and so
know each other for probably over 15 years now. We had met around town a couple times, and then he was in No Arrow, and then they needed another bass player, and I just happened to be coming in back to town, and that's how we got started up with music together. Wow, then we're in SBD after, and the rest is history. We'll get into that tonight.
Wait. Yeah, you guys are chatting backstage yesterday and today. I just can't wait to hear some of the stories. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got my list ready.
Okay, beautiful. So we'll talk a little bit about you before we bring on our featured artist, as we always do. You go by Gordium 85, obviously. Yep. Pseudoscience. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically, like, as for my channel, it's Gordium 85. I post music that I do on there under the names Coax Chrome. It's more of a synthwave project that I do where I sing and play usually all the instruments, or I have some people come on and collaborate as well. I've done release Tales from Neon City on Morningstar Records. That's with the Coax Chrome project. And what my other project is Pseudoscience, where I do pretty much any type of music genre that I feel like doing, or musical experiments, stuff like that. More anything goes.
Love it. I love it. So as the feature co-host, you get a song selection. And you chose Octavia.
Yes.
Tell us about that, and then.
So this is a Pseudoscience track. It was right after. I'm really into like guitar pedals these days, and this was right after I got an octave pedal. So it was one of the first times I was trying that out. And a lot of times I'm just firing up a recording session, and I'm looking for a new interesting guitar tone that I'm trying to cook up. And with this one, I used the octave pedal, and I also used some virtual amps and a virtual Leslie speaker. So if anyone knows what that is, like, it was a little piece of tech where you'd feed in audio, and it'd be on the speaker that would swivel and turn around. It would give this interesting kind of panning effect. So I used that on it as well. And this was one of the ones that I don't think many people have heard, because it's a longer piece, and it was too long to submit to Thomas Christ or anybody like that. So I figured it'd be perfect for this show, and people will actually get to hear it.
You didn't want to piss off Tom, eh?
I respect the length rules.
Yeah.
It's got to be under sure. 8 minutes, I think. So.
No, it's all good. All right, let's give it a spin. And again, Gordium 85, Pseudoscience, Octavia. Let's give it a spin. That was an all-out jam. Let me unmute you. Sorry, bro. There we go.
Yeah, right on.
As Doug said, meat to the bone. That's an all-out freaking jam, man. That's so well done.
Yeah, it would be wild to hear scream some vocals over that.
Yeah. I can just hear him. He was probably screaming some vocals while he was listening. Yeah. Yeah, that's just amazing stuff. And I almost forgot. Yeah, you and I did a collab too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was me, you, Kluge, and Leela.
That was last song Timber, wasn't it? Or was it the one before?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was the last song Timber.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had done it the year before, but we didn't complete it in time for the song Timber, so we sat on it, and then we continued the idea the following September. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great to hear that finally like come together. Yeah, because Kluge started that project, I think, right?
Yeah.
From what I recall, yeah.
Yeah. I told him I can hear some guitar, and because he sent a whole bunch of different stems and different pieces to it, and kind of just move things around a bit, and then you threw in the guitar. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. And then Leela's vocals, yeah,
it worked out really well.
All right, let's bring on our featured artist, one of your good friends, Wayek. Yes, another Canadian, folks. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm going to put you up here and drop myself down here.
All right.
Great to have you on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks.
Yeah, it's, as I said earlier, it's an all-Canadian rock jam tonight, so... And I know you guys have known each other a long time, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stories you can share, and let's go.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start from, when we, like I was saying earlier, like how we met, we had known a couple people that ran the same circles, and then I was out doing college. I went to Fanshawe for radio broadcasting, and then when I was coming back, the bass player that was in Noero was leaving, and we both knew him, and then he suggested me that I fill in, and that's how we first started musically together.
Yeah, I was moving away to become a teacher, and he recommended you to be our bass player, and that's how you became bass player for Noero. And before that, we had pretty much a revolving door list of bass players that we were going through. We had, let me think, about five that I could think of off the top of my head that we've had. And then, and I think that you were the last bass player for Noero.
Yeah.
So.
Those damn basses. Yeah.
I was the last bass player for the band, and now the band's album's getting released all these years later on Morningstar Records. It's pretty cool to see that come out.
16 years later.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The resurrection of Noero.
Oh, that's wow! I didn't know that story behind it. I think we were talking backstage. I absolutely love the sound, that unique sound that you have. It's like, anybody that knows me out there, classic rock, hit me with classic rock and lights out. Like, I won't even move from my chair. And you've got that classic rock feel mixed in with some grunge, I think, the way I hear it. You just have an amazing sound, Wayek.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it, we were talking about how that sound came about, and a lot of it probably does come down to using vintage equipment too, like tube amps, and that gives you, at least your guitar that certain quality.
Yeah, the amps that I use are like old Trainer amplifiers from like the 70s, and Trainer and Garnet amplifiers. They're Canadian-made amplifiers, and they're it's not your average Marshall or Fender amplifier. And yeah, I kind of swear by using those amps and nothing else. Like I don't use anything else except for those things. And yeah, the drum kit that we've been using is the same drum kit that for like about probably 15, 20 years now. I think now.
Yeah, the drum kit's been beat the hell out of him back.
Dumb. Yeah, we don't even bother changing the skins on it most of the time either, eh? So.
Yeah, I was thinking like when we were in a band in SBD, like how many, like you go through like a lot of cymbals too, like.
Oh yeah, I remember Shane would hit the drums really hard, so about every couple of months or so we'd have to buy a new crash or a new ride cymbal, or maybe replace all of them at the same time. Or we had to do with that quite a few times. It was pretty heavy. With a pretty heavy hitter.
Sweet. All right, I'm going to do some shout-outs, as we always do. Once again, thank you both for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
I know we're going to get into some amazing music coming up, and we have a premiere, and we'll talk about that. Actually, you have 2 unlisted songs, but one is a premiere, I think, right? We're going to talk a little bit about that. All right, so as you all know, the 82nd edition of the Community Pulse playlist will be up. We obviously can't shout out everything. There's always over 100 different premieres and shows that went on throughout the week that I happened to catch. And then we've got DJ Big Red's community calendar. Anybody out there that want to update, it helps me a lot if you can just reach out to this to DJ Big Red. And anything that you have upcoming events. Martin Kelly, don't let me forget that you won the contest for Sal Caruso. I think it was an album from you get to choose an album or a song. I can't remember, but I owe you something. You won the contest. I'll check it out. Send me an email, please. Phoenix Falling. The Underground Signal for September was played 6 days ago. Really cool stuff. Go check that out. D. Lynn, take Thanks to Calvary, a cover. Paula Benson, just an amazing person. Just please go check out her channel. Sonic Grace, quite busy this week. I think there was 3 different tracks releases. There he is. Sonic, how you doing, brother? This one is Glorious Day. Michelle Frey, yes, a Canadian. Dust in a Baggie, Billy Strings cover. We got Johnny Amish. Oh boy, I'm going to be ringing this. I'll just keep my hand here. Worth the Lie, and John Lemon and Lemonade of the Undertow. John Lemon is just an amazing poet. And he puts music to it, and it truly is poetry in motion. Really cool stuff. Gary Schaefer and the Pickin' Pilots. No Good Lazy Sinner. Enigma Bird. Internet Addiction. Don Mira out of Pittsburgh, out of Pennsylvania. In a Dream World. 11 Drums. Raveyard. Roque Avellaneda. Roque, an absolute brilliant. Every time I'm shouting out a name, I just happen to look and they're right there. Carnival of Souls. What a beautiful, beautiful premiere. Costa TSL, Common Ground. Wesley Media Hub. Electric Tango. Blue Gubrius. Moonlight Sonata. Backing track for Laurie's Mishmosh. Really cool stuff. And then Choey G, Zoom G1X4 Looper Demo. Really cool stuff. I'm going to stop there for now. And yeah.
That list has got to be growing like every week for you.
You know what? It's growing, and what we've done, because again, it takes so long to shout everybody out, and I want to try to
Mhm.
get everybody shouted out. But now DJ is just going to throw the links of what we're not shouting out. So
Mhm.
we kind of try to, you know, shut out whatever. And you always want to make sure you include everybody. And yeah, sometimes it's hard. You have to go back to last week's shutouts to
Mhm.
make sure you're not missing somebody. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And
Right
Well, it's
on.
a great service you're doing for everybody in the community here. Just
you
to,
know what? I
you know,
think,
organize it and let
yeah.
people know what's going on, what's being released.
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't do it without DJ
Mm.
and JJ. It's like there's no way. JJ, you heard him backstage. We
Mhm.
started this, and it was insane, just both of us. And then along came DJ. Now there's a song title. Along came DJ. Yeah, no,
Long came the
he's
DJ.
yeah, really good. So um, yeah, I mean, and look at Thomas and Pete and Hippie, and they've all been doing it for so many years.
Mhm.
You know, it's worth it. I love this community. I got nothing better to do. My kids are all
Yeah.
grown up, so I'm good.
Oh yeah.
Right
I
on.
think I like first got into it through Pete Johns, like a lot of people. I
Yeah,
think I must have been subscribed, and then one day I seen that he was live, and I clicked on it and just happened to see like the Your Music Live show, and then went down the rabbit hole and met everybody else. A couple years later, now I'm here.
very cool. How did you get into the community, Wick?
Oh, through him.
Yeah, I would have probably let him know about it. Yeah, we're always talking.
Oh, very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, through him.
Hmm. Yeah, I pretty
Very
much like when I first came across it and started submitting to Pete Johns and Thomas Christ. I pretty much told all my musician friends like, send your music in. It's it's worth your while, and you meet a lot of other cool musicians, and it's a community.
Yeah, that's
Very supportive and like really cool people.
yeah, and I know JJ and Thomas quite often say that it's all about celebration of our music rather than
Mhm.
criticizing, critiquing. Yeah, I think we have some amazing talents in our communities, and everybody's unique in their own way, and everybody's got their own style and the sound. I think it's just amazing what we're getting in this in these communities, and there's the Godfather, Pete Johns.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
great.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
there's new people coming in all the time too, and it's so great to hear new music from people that I wouldn't have otherwise have been like on my radar at all.
right.
Hearing something new pretty much every week, every time you tune in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. All right, let's get right into the first track, and it's No Arrow. I'll let you guys take it from there. Tee it up.
I just set that up. Whatever you pick for your first track there.
Oh yeah. First track, Genocide Revealing, the first
Yeah.
one. Okay, yeah. Oh geez, this is yeah. This song I actually had the guitar and everything written like probably back when I was around like maybe 15 years old or something like that, and I just it took me maybe about like 3 more years afterwards to put lyrics to it actually, and then after that maybe another year to actually make the lyrics fit with the guitar and everything, which was kind of funny. Sometimes I just write like that. Sometimes it's like building blocks kind of a thing. But yeah, this song was written like a long time ago. One of the first songs I ever wrote is kind of an exercise to try to really see if I could write a song, and that's kind of why it sounds a little bit funny if you really listen to the lyrics. But kind of use the lyrics as more of another instrument instead of really being too serious about it or giving it much thought. But yeah, this is it's a pretty early one, and pretty early one with the band too. By this point, we only had about like maybe 3 original songs, and everything else was just covers, which we were getting pretty good at doing it at that point. So pretty blast from the past when I start hearing this one myself, particularly, you know.
Very cool. All right, let's give it a listen. Genocide Revealing Part 1.
Part 1, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
That. All right. So these songs are available on. Actually, you can buy them in CD, vinyl, and I was waiting till tonight to actually. Not just because I was waiting till tonight. My credit card, as you all know now,
Oh yeah,
was
yeah.
flooded
You can talk
again.
about
So
that.
Yeah.
but I'm ready to order. DJ Big Red is going to be posting links. This is from, it's available on Morningstar Records, right? Anybody, I've got a little trivia, and I'm giving away a CD to the first person that can tell me the closest to the town that Wayek is from, and put it in the chat. And they'll pay attention and see who gets it first. The answer is Canada. Yes, it's in Canada. All right. Do you see it anywhere there? In the meantime, I'm going to do some more shout-outs, and then we'll get back to it. That's absolutely brilliant stuff there. Catherine McChrystal, more to this. Brian Drums. We got Vintage Tone, our good friend Sam. Old Man Music, Iceland. Adam Holtz. Tony McGreal. Michael, a.k.a. Zealand. Yes, Canadian. Shattered in Stereo. Greg Pincus. Pincus Floyd. I love it. Rainfield Music. Tuesday's Gone. That was I'm sure you guys heard it. That was an amazing rendition of that Skinner song, hey? It's just live. It's amazing.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. John Schur, Diamond Daggers, Tracy Melly, Osmosis, Poison Whales. I love what he's putting out lately. Coleslaw, Cole Shaw, Ghost World, new to my channel. So please go check that out. Check them out. You won't be disappointed. I've already been through 3 or 4 of their tracks. Really cool stuff. Ed Pettit, Forever Young, Bob Dylan cover, Synthworks, Hold Fast, Flanders Field. Mary, my good friend from Italy, who is in the chat, and it's getting late there. We got Dell with Thunder, Sticks for Guns, No Lake. Another brilliant artist. David Joshua had a premiere this week. More of That Life. The Hawkbirds, relatively new to my channel anyways. Please go check them out. He's a rebel. Russ8889 had a beautiful trailer. Tron 2025. Mark Wade, Walking by Myself, a Gary Moore full band cover. And our good friend who we had on the show last week, another Canadian, Midnight Bandit with R3DZ3D one-way ticket.
Right on.
Yeah, I'll stop there for now. Did anybody put something in the chat?
Let's see.
I'm not sure if... we don't have that many Canadians in here, so... Yeah.
I think the closest that I've seen was Niagara Falls or Toronto, someone was saying.
Okay, so, well, if that's the closest, you're only 17, 18 hours away, but if that's the closest we got, then that's the closest we got. Yeah. Hubs was pretty close. He said Canada.
I might be behind in the chat, though, so I might be seeing things differently on my screen than what...
Jamie Lynn. Lynn.
Oh, that's who it was?
Yeah, right there.
That's who it was?
Yes. Mark Bro. I don't know. Oh, yeah. She's right there. But that was actually pretty close from the other side, right? No? I don't know. Maybe I just don't know my Canadian
Well, that's where I
geography.
lived, but that's not exactly where I'm from. But
No.
I don't even know if I've ever mentioned the place where I was actually
We don't have to
born.
Yeah, we don't.
But, you know.
But yeah, is that close enough? Is that
It's
our winner
about
there?
it's close enough. I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know that Thunder Bay is the real answer, but I think that's like the only one that's about maybe it's like 7 hours away from there, so that takes it, I suppose.
That's a good one, folk punk.
That's where Gordium is from, though.
Yeah. Okay, we have Canada Goose. Where's that?
Canada Goose.
Wawa?
Wawa, yeah.
Yes, actually there is. Yes.
Giant Goose and Wawa, and there's a giant nickel in Sudbury. There's a giant penny somewhere else. There's a giant quarter, giant loony.
We got giant everythings. We even
We have
got a
giant
beaver.
money scattered all over in Canada. You just have to find it.
Yeah.
It's not worth shit right now, but it's all right. It's there.
There's a rumor that there's treasure buried underneath all those things too. If you dig deep enough.
Hmm.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow. It's good to know. I know my wife's biological parents are from Sudbury. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, and it's a mining town, right? All right. So let's.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So let's talk more about music. And again, that sound that you have is. Yeah, I'll let Gortz take it from there.
Yeah. So as far as those, so the No Arrow recordings were done like separate, different location than the SBD recordings, but they were
Different
pretty
house.
much different place, but they were pretty much done using the same equipment, I would imagine.
The exact.
Yeah. So I don't know if you did it like multi-tracked for No Arrow.
Yep.
Okay, so it was
Yeah.
like or was it like guitar first, drums first, and then
Drums
way?
were first, but at the same time that the drums were going on, the drummer was wearing a wireless set of headphones, and I was playing guitar in it at the same time. So
okay. So it
yeah,
was like your live scratch track for it.
yeah, basically. And then after that, whatever guitars I could put on without bass, but most of the time the bass was put on second after that.
Okay.
Or I would put like a scratch bass track on there, and then afterwards Harley would come along, and I would take my bass track off there, and then Harley would do his, or you would do yours, and such.
Yeah, it
Whatnot.
was so long ago. I don't really remember too much about it.
Well, when you came down there, you recorded about like maybe 5 songs in total, but we ended up using around 2 of them. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah. And then we ended up redoing Colder Side of the Sun, and we there was one with Souls for Sale with you on bass somewhere. I can't find it though, but
And yeah, so
and,
so that was so that stuff was multi-tracked, but it was still would have been using this little Behringer mixer that you still have. So everything like would have went through that, and then into this other Behringer interface that was just so it was like RCA from the board to that USB into Adobe Audition. Which,
yeah, and it was the
not
same
too many people
computer.
use these days, or even at the time, it was it was probably outdated.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it wasn't done that in a studio or anything like that. Like it's all basic basement stuff, and then afterwards the mastering was all done from a guy out in Europe, in Brighton and Hove, Chris Daniels, and he has a bit of a cult following now for mastering and getting and sound production and stuff like that. But back then he was a little bit more lesser known than he is now. So it would probably cost a little bit more to get it done now, I'm guessing, if I was to go about the same way.
Yeah, I would imagine so. He probably got him just at the right time.
Yeah, and everything that he was using was all analog too. Like all of the all of his stuff was all off-board stuff too that he was putting on there too. So.
And then when it came to SBD, it was all pretty much no multi-tracking, all through the board, live off the floor. Like what you heard is what you got, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's how we wanted to record No Arrow at first. I actually was against the idea of doing like the stem tracking for it. I actually wanted to mic everything and do it live off of the floor because I thought that we sounded best when we were all playing together instead of having to piece everything like a puzzle. I'm not a very big fan of actually recording like that. So when we were doing SBD, it was like, nothing seemed like a chore. at all. It was
Yeah.
it was just a breeze, right? Like with no arrow, with the post production, like everything, like doing the songs and everything thing was great. But like when came time to actually doing the recording, it took a long time. It took about 2 years to actually get all those tracks done and stuff like that. And yeah.
That's amazing. We're gonna give it a spin. I don't know why I'm typing when I can just talk in the chat. What's wrong with me? So let me just, because it's gonna take me forever to type. I'm a 2-finger. All right. Yeah, Jamie Lynn, send me a DM and we'll figure out how I can send you that CD that you won for No Arrow. Because I'm purchasing. I think I might be buying the album. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, because I've got my whole stereo system out there, and my renovations upstairs is almost done. So I'm gonna kind of expand this and have that little seating area there.
Nice.
Anyways,
what do you got for like a stereo system?
You know what? It's a JVC Technique turntable.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's been 15 years. It's still there.
Does it still work and everything?
But I keep my boxes, so I've put it in a box, in their boxes, and yeah, I just can't wait to set up that whole back wall. And there's enough room, and it's a lower ceiling, like 7 feet tall, so it'll give you a nice sound.
Yeah, probably a better turntable than I have, but
what's that?
Yeah, yours like one of the all-in-ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got one just hooked up to my like component stack. It's basically like mostly 90s components. It's like a JVC power amp and that. And some 80s speakers that I have no idea even what brand they are, but they're 300 watts and they'll shake the floor all right.
Yeah, I've got
the one that I'm using right now barely even works. It's a really old one from it's an old Yorks from like maybe 1975 or 76, and it's got a built-in 8-track player in it and built-in cassette. And the needle needs replacing or burning, I don't know. And it also needs a new belt and probably needs a new record player in general. So. But from what I've heard, the record does sound pretty good, though. It sounds really live, really nice and full.
Yeah, once you told me that, and you know how much I love that live sound, so I'm definitely getting the album for sure.
Oh, cool.
All right, so this next song is a premiere. What am I doing with that? It's a premiere, and I'll let you talk about it. So please, everybody, right-click if you can and go over to, is it still unlisted? Or, well, I guess if we put up the link, people can go to it, correct? How does that work? Yeah.
If you put the link up, it should be able to.
Yeah, so DJ does have the link. Yeah, so tell us about this premiere.
Okay, this song "Colder Side of the Sun." This was one of the last songs that was to be finished and polished up for the album. Before that, a later song for the band itself when we were like writing material and stuff like that. But again, another one of those songs where I had the guitar kind of before the vocals, and I had to sort of puzzle build on top of that. So not really too much to say about the actual song itself. Just something that was a very slow build to actually get finished. I think that there's about like 7 different versions of it, and the timing and the tempo of it are different in all of them. Like, we had a lot of different ideas for it, and we couldn't really stick with one. So what we ended up doing was we ended up mashing probably about all 7 ideas into one track, and this is the outcome. And yeah.
All right, let's give it a spin. This is a premiere No Arrow, Colder Side of the Sun.
Hot mic.
Fuck. Oh. Yeah. Damn, that's good. That was amazing. Yeah, you've got that. Yeah,
Thanks.
man, you've got your sound. That's a classic sound, and I don't know if do you hear what I'm hearing? Like, am I close by saying that it gives me that feel of classic with a little bit of the grunge? But if I'm going to see a band live, that's exactly what I want to hear. Like, I'm just amazed at what you're producing. That sound, I just absolutely love it. Yeah.
Thank you.
I've always
Thank you.
respected your songwriting skills for sure. Like stuff that you did in No Arrow was top notch. And like it does when like speaking to the classic rock and like grunge influences, like you were, what would you say your influences are? Like, you know, I know you're really into Syd Barrett and Nirvana, so that kind of mixes the classic rock and grunge
Yeah.
world.
Oh, geez. At that time, I was listening to stuff like Dandelion, Mystery Machine, Local H.
Yeah, those bands, like you definitely introduced me to those bands when I became a part of it. I'd never heard of them before, and then got to play.
If anyone's
some of their
heard
music.
of some of those bands too, I was about to say too. Those are kind of like obscure bands. Well, some of them are, I guess. But yeah, I'm post 90s grunge kind of a thing, or like post Nirvana, like stuff after 1995 is like a like a lot of that is what I was into at that time, and a lot of Melvins too for like the heavier stuff that we were influenced by. Helmet also.
Mhm.
Helmet was in there for sure. Oh yeah, some Pixies, I guess you could throw that in there too.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna do some shout outs, and I know this is a lot of people have been waiting for this moment. Laurie's favorite moment is the pianist segment. Mike Molino, welcome. Great to see you, brother. And Mark Devereaux, we picked out your track that you released last week, and I'm going to turn it into one of these segments for the pianists and create a montage for you there, brother. All right, so we're going to continue with some shoutouts, and there's Laurie now. Stephen Ernie, Dancing in the Dark. You can add yourself, Laurie. Go ahead. Twin City, Victoria's Secret. Beautiful. Please, there's another new talent that has stopped by my channel. Robbie Stingle, Love's Embrace. Live to Fly channel. The Old Time Feeling. A Guy Clark cover. An amazing job, David. Gordium 85, aka Coax Chrome, had a premiere this past week. Bitter Pills, Retro Wave, really cool stuff. Deed 1951, Light Particle Scatter, sorry. Harriet B, On My Way to You, A Song Timber Submission. Cubic Lover 1972, Laurie's Mishmosh, Moonlight Detective Garb, Guitar Backing Track Challenge. Paws and Guitars had some amazing stuff out this week. Yes, Cube. Music Connects People. Dissatisfaction. Mashia. Please go check out Mashia. We're going to try to get this artist on. Brilliant hip hop artist. Blown Up Papa Watt on the Beat. I think that's become my new favorite track of theirs. Chandler Brothers had an amazing song timbre submission.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a beautiful song, stronger than before.
Awesome.
Another Canadian, Kathy Short, Give Me Your Time. Kathy's a brilliant artist herself. Laurie and I had the pleasure of meeting backstage. James Myers, DIW, with a smile.
An American.
It doesn't.
It doesn't ring for the
Doesn't
Americans. Go Jim and James.
James Myers, yes, he's on our song Timber's submission. Me, James, that was just great grammar. James, myself, and DJ put together a track for our song Timber submission. So, yes, we'll hear it next week. Laurie's Mishmosh and Friends, Ain't Losing My Mind. Written by Fico, the Croatian rocker. So this is an original, Laurie? I didn't even realize that until now. Very cool.
Yeah, he wrote it, and then we all added parts to it, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Talented young man.
Yes. And always with the cigarette dangling from his mouth.
Yeah, isn't he funny?
All right, so
cool
the Change the World releases, just a couple last week was Adele and Costa TL. This week it is a big day of celebration for Canada. Tomorrow is the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, celebrating Indigenous peoples throughout the country. Yes, so we're going to bump up the... what we've been doing is playing the Change the World at the end of the show. I've got a little song titled The Flame that I like to celebrate with every year on the 30th. Here in Ontario, I'm not sure what they do in BC and other parts of Canada, but we do celebrate the Orange Shirt Day tomorrow. So we've got our shirts, and every year we purchase different
Ciao,
shirts.
Mary. Sleep well.
Yes. Buona notte, Mary. All right.
Do you guys get the day off?
I wish. Parts, I think
Yeah.
BC has a holiday. I don't know. Some provinces have a holiday. Doug Ford decided no. Prick.
I will wear
All right.
orange in solidarity tomorrow. I may own one orange shirt.
Oh, very cool. No, it's
Well,
really
good.
it's really important, and yeah, I'm really proud of the song. Anyways, all right. On deck on the Community Pulse, we got David Michael Tardy, but I hope SWX is feeling good. Another Canadian hasn't been doing well lately, but he's co-hosting that, and I haven't heard from him, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that he's okay. But we have Mr. Smith, who seems to be up and running. I hope he's not overdoing it, but he's going to be on the October 13th. Then on the 20th, we have Dom Torregrossa, and then we have Rob Bennett. We have a lot of great stuff coming up, and I'm going to stop there. Shut up. All right, Laurie, Pianist.
Hey, penis! Penis! Where's Linda Jean?
What are you looking
Penis!
down for?
You never know.
No, Lieutenant Nine. All right.
Never know. You never know. You guys are doing awesome. I love listening to
Thank you.
people that I know in the community, but get to meet face to face for the first time. I've known you guys
Yeah, for
both
sure.
a while, and your music is rocking. Great premiere. I actually followed the link thinking it was premiering then, but it was just an unlisted video. I was confused.
Thanks.
You could still do another premiere
Yeah.
since it's still do a premiere. But great song, great mixing for everything. But
Yeah, we
Right
weren't
on.
sure exactly how to do it, and I'm not much help when it comes to that because I didn't know, because I know they normally send everything to Thomas, but Wayek was telling me some of the formats have changed, so I was kind of confused as to
they
that,
could
but-
set up, or anybody could set up a premiere at a specific time, and if they wanted to premiere it during tonight's show, we could all just went over to their channel and then come back, and that's like what Gmail does on Saturdays.
Okay.
But
All right.
all good. We're still all getting the views over there, so
Yeah,
make it
no,
public
that's
or
amazing.
do a premiere, and you'll get even more. Great job,
good.
great job. I just want to point out, I have my lights out, and it's making me look really shiny. It's giving me a 5 head, Frank.
It is a shiny
I
head.
can't believe she said that.
5 head. I got a 5 head, but I only did that
Sunglasses for that forehead.
right. It's just freaking glare, and you're getting burnt over there. Woo!
Laurie,
I just
with
wanted
your
to
head
point out my
so
candles
Oh,
that I-
hey, my
Why
eyes.
don't you guide
They're
our
over here.
sled tonight?
Zip it. You want me to ask ALEXA to? No. Don't talk her. I just wanted to point out my candles, and I think you can see them better when they're off. I have candles around Hetriani's mug over there. So.
Oh yeah.
Alexa,
I don't know.
unshine her head.
Stop. Alexa, make her have a 4 head, not a 5 head. All right, Alexa, let there be light.
Okay.
Oh, she's already on. Oh, it's hold on. It's this light.
There you go.
There you are.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
shine.
A little better.
Anyhow,
A little
thank
better.
you. The
Yeah.
shine's on. And now my ring light's off. Sting-a-ring ring. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I had a fabulous weekend, yet busy.
Not bad. Can't complain.
Yeah, good.
Can't complain.
It's fun stuff. Just always stuff for me, anyhow. I don't know. It's all good. I wanted to before I go into. Sorry, I'm not talking about myself. Gary really wanted to mention when we were talking about Hetriani how he's so humble. If you know him personally, so humble. Like thinks he's a crappy guitar player. Runs things by everybody. Sweet guy, family man, and he did not ask for this GoFundMe. He hates the attention. I mean, I'm not saying he hates this attention, but in general, friends and family did it for him. So we just want you guys to know that. So if you can help him out, and Gary, people don't want to bother Hetriani either. So Gary, being his best buddy here, has been getting a lot of messages that are really heartfelt from all of you. So
Yeah, that's terrible.
just wanted to say that because we forgot to say it at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's yeah, you're so bang on, Laurie. That's why I didn't even want to tell him what we were doing.
Yeah, he really appreciates the support and the caring. But yeah, and Jade heard from him yesterday. Yeah, he is reaching back to some of us now. It's just gonna be hard. You're welcome, Gary B.
Yeah, maybe I should wear the hat. All right, let's.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, let's do it.
He's got great merch too. If you want to support that way, beautiful merch.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to say.
That's amazing. Let's talk pianists.
Yes,
And composers.
Penis talk.
Penis. Linda Jane.
Yes.
The penis section
Talking
keeps
about the
growing and
penis.
growing. Yeah, Wayek, I love it. We're not scaring Wayek off.
Yes. So this is and we come to find there are so many pianists. Here comes Jade. They're crawling out.
Look down.
Yep.
She
All
loves
right,
that
so
segment.
yes, we're finding out how many pianists there are in our community. There's far more than I thought.
Yeah.
And this is a segment we created to celebrate all the pianists and composers in our communities.
Beautiful thing.
And so there's a ding, and we're gonna see a dang, and there's James Myers, and yes, this week we're featuring Chris Durham for the backing tracks, and
So good.
as the backing track for celebrating these artists. And what do you got to say about the pianists and composers, Laurie? Seeing as you're the queen of the pianists.
Well, not the queen. I'm certainly not the best pianist out there, but there's a lot bigger pianists out there than I. Oh, stop. I love them all. Honestly, I am sub to every single one of them, and I love hearing it as a piano player myself. I'm just going to say piano player from now on. I love hearing the talent, and some of them play by music or by ear, I should say, which makes me so jealous. They're so good. But I just watched Chris recently, and he is so funny. If you guys watch him, not only is he a great entertainer and player, he's just really funny when he does his videos. And then when he does, sometimes he'll do 3 or more songs in a row, and I just leave it on while I'm like doing dishes or something, and I laugh, and I'm like, oh my god, he's funny. But yeah, they're all amazing. You can't pinpoint one of them, but yeah, they all, like you said, sometimes when they're just playing the piano on their own, they get missed in the community. So yeah, go to the channel, do something around the house, vacuum, polish, put on some piano music, and listen to these channels. They're great.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I like to clean with music, so that's why I'm suggesting you guys clean, unless you prefer to live in a pigsty, a dump. Anyhow, yes, they're wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm putting on my Wayne's World glasses just to make Chris Lane make fun of it.
I'm glad you brought up Chris Durham because I noticed he's has more and more pop-ups, and Mark Devereaux started his Saturday. That's when I first met him, when he used to have those.
Mark's great, yeah.
He was in the chat earlier, and next week we'll have something up for him. And
Nice.
let's give this a spin. And what do you got?
Don't you
upcoming?
love when the pianists just pop up like that? All right, kick me off.
Partial to only one pianist.
What's that?
I said you can't be partial to only one pianist.
No, you got to love them all.
Yeah, you gotta.
Sounds
right.
like a Pokemon commercial. All
Gordium
right.
is not amused. He's like, hell off this show. All right, go, Frank, before we get somebody else in here yelling at us. Amazing.
Yes. Let me make sure I hit pause properly. Yeah. That's
Oh my God.
absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. I am so immature. I'm just sitting here howling at the comments. It's just every week.
Yeah,
so
thanks
immature.
for putting
but
up acting like me again. What did you put now?
I
don't
just
even
love
like-
pianists.
Oh, thank you. That
What are you
wasn't me,
doing?
by the way. That's because you all know I can't type and be in here at the same
If you
time,
see
so-
Frank type during the show, it's most likely me behind the scenes pretending to be him. Oh man,
he is.
yeah, great stuff though.
We mentioned
And you guys are doing
Masha
amazing. We're-
earlier.
Doing well on time too.
Yeah, we're doing really good. We got a few shout-outs, and we're going to continue on with some more rock and roll.
Should I turn my speaker up, or are you soft on microphone?
I'm not.
Does everybody think
I'm-
Frank is loud enough? I'm just
Right
gonna have
after
to.
the pianist segment, you have to go there. You have
Yeah.
to go there.
Can you raise the volume, please?
I can, my volume's good.
No, it's good now. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just-
Cool.
Yes.
All right. I won't keep you any longer unless you want to know what I have up and coming. No.
Yes. Yes, let us know.
No, no. Well, I am doing my Friday show as normal.
Yeah.
We're having a slumber party Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
It
get to
came up on my
sleep
show
over
last
on
Friday.
YouTube?
Asleep, we're all going to wear our PJs. Yeah, we're going to play Spin the Bottle and have popcorn and do all sorts of fun things and involve the chat in some way. Should be fun. But yeah, but Saturday, so I did my show Friday. Saturday, I helped co-host on Blues Fest, and everybody was so awesome there. I was only on for an hour and 15, but Gary runs such a tight ship, and all the performers. I had the best time that night. It was just so much fun. And Gary Hubbs came on with me, and I didn't know he was going to. They planned that, and he came on and co-hosted with me at the same time, so that was fun. Sunday, I finally got stuff done outside of YouTube around the house and had a barbecue with my husband for a change. So yeah,
Oh, that was nice.
a lot
I
of good
saw some
stuff.
of your
Yeah.
Facebook, and congratulations, happy anniversary to your mom, pa.
Thank you. Yeah, my parents are the best. 57 years. Crazy.
That's insane.
They don't want to kill each other. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. But I'm glad they're together.
You get to an age where you're too tired.
Yeah, it's like, but my mom's like, oh, we're going out to dinner tonight. I said, oh, good. I'm glad you still celebrate. Very sweet.
That's nice.
All right, I'm going to get out of here and
All
let you guys continue. You guys are doing awesome. I'll be in the chat room watching, and I'll come back at the end to say goodbye to you guys because it's been a great
Cool.
show. You guys are awesome.
Love you,
All right.
cuz.
Love you too. Rock on, everybody.
All right. So let's continue with some rock and roll. I'm going to just do a couple more shout-outs. Doing for others, we got Rebel Rocker, DJ Big Red 81, Mike and Don Genesi, D. Lindell. There's so many people that are sharing one another's music. I think it's just amazing. I'm going to shut these out after. That's enough for now. We need to listen to some music. I'll let you guys tee up this one. SBD, the best band in the whole world, is going to be the next track, Explanation of the Universe. But let's talk about... Yeah, I'll let you go. I think you know what I'm about to ask anyways. What does SBD stand for? Oh, shit. Damn. See, Jade?
And
You threw
I don't
me
know
off.
if we can reveal such information on a live a live broadcast here. I mean, government could be watching, right? The
I
government
think they're
could be
more
watching.
interested in the Pianist. Maybe.
Could be, yeah. They're probably interested in those two.
Yes.
But
yes.
anyways, oh geez, SPD came out of the ashes of No Arrow, kind of a thing, I guess. Well, the band was still together, but we weren't really doing much of anything at the time, So, we jam sessions weren't really being fulfilled. And one of those jam sessions, we were kind of left a little empty, so we decided to take up our buddy there on his offer to come over and fill in. And at first we were kind of just like playing random sort of covers and stuff like that. I think we
I'm trying to remember what happened that first time. Well, that first time we got together, we probably did record it too, I would imagine, maybe.
Yeah, there's probably a couple there's probably like a couple No Arrow songs in there mixed in with a couple of other things, like a couple other just random sort of covers and stuff like that. And then I think it was maybe the second time or the third time that we got together when SPD really started blooming out, and that's when we came up with Rock, Paper, Scissors. And after that, things sort of just snowballed from there. But it was supposed to be... The idea was supposed to be a band that was not supposed to be very serious at all. We were supposed to be like the anti-band, sort of the bad guys, if you will. We were supposed to be bad on purpose, which was how it started off with. Like, we would do like breakdowns on purpose during our songs, and then just like have everything sound like it's going off the hinge, and then all of a sudden it just comes right back together again, and then it just falls apart. And that was supposed to be the gimmick behind it, and we sort of rolled with it. And the thing is, the problem with it was everyone started to like it. So with that, we sort of just ran with that, and what can you do? And so we just sort of went with it. And but it also turned out that we had a really good connection. We were really good. We were really good at jamming with each other. So
thing that worked right away was we could just pick up our instruments and just immediately play and jam and start coming up with something off the bat. Like we all spoke the same musical language basically.
We were more into improvisations rather than where Nuero was just like everything was structured. Songs were written first before they really came together. Whereas with SBD, everything was done off the cuff and everything was done on the fly. And everything was also recorded live off the floor too. So.
And we recorded every session. Like we have the SBD drive, and I don't know, it's like half a terabyte of everything that we recorded between those couple of years.
Yeah, we had to put everything on its own hard drive.
Yeah, we're still digging through files and finding new stuff and different versions of things.
Oh, wow. There you go. You don't have to go. I mean, we can dig for gold here.
Yeah, we got the archives for sure.
Yeah.
Remember we did talk about, like, this was always the dream back in the day to we have a song called Boxology, and we wanted the SBD Boxology where it had like everything. But we realized it would be just massive. So it kind of came down it's all on the SBD drive.
Well, find it and keep releasing. This is amazing. So we've got this track here, Explanation of the Universe. Anything you want to add to it?
This is a far out jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really far out.
Yeah.
We're going through a bunch of them and trying to figure which ones we wanted to send in. This was on the short list.
I'm glad you sent this one in, and I got to listen to it again, and we're gonna listen to it again. This is amazing. What did you want to add there, buddy?
good use of feedback at the beginning of it there.
All right, let's have a listen. SBD. What a ride indeed. Yes. That is quite the jam, man. Folk punk, mosh, cube, Billiam, Doug, everybody was just freaking digging this one.
Yeah, that was like a quintessential SBD jam right there. Had just everyone on full force, and then you had the Space Echo UFO sounds in there.
Yeah.
That was always a key part. Like Wayek says, like the Space Echo is like another member of the band.
Yeah. Yeah. JJ wants
Oh, I
to
don't
know.
think he's thinking he done mute Wayek there.
Oh, fuck.
There you go. Now you're
There we go.
There we go.
Good.
Hey, now you can hear me. What's up?
I was wondering why he was so quiet.
What is that?
What's going on? That's just absolutely brilliant, brother. I'm not sure what you were saying back there, but there was a hell of a lot of comments coming your way. And
Oh, it's a good thing. Yeah, you had me censored over there. So,
yeah.
was saying some pretty bad stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But, no, actually, I forget what I was saying now. I think I was just saying that was the explanation of the universe, and the Space Echo was like our fourth member of the band. So
yeah, it's just amazing the sounds that you guys create. Three of you, it's just. And Folk Punk wants to know if you ever smashed any equipment during the session.
Somebody sat on our mixing board and broke it once.
Yeah, that's pretty much the closest that came. Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's ex-girlfriend sat on the mixing board, and she made one of the XLR units cave in. Gordium was particularly upset about that. Probably a little bit more than I was. Probably a little bit more than I was, and I'm the one who owns the mixing board.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the recording engineer for at least the SBD stuff.
Yeah, getting SBD mic'd, because everything was mic'd live for us, right? So like, we had like only just a few microphones, and we had to make all those microphones like work for. We had like maybe like half of the drum kit mic'd and the guitars and the vocals at the same time, and the other half of the drum kit mic'd and the bass and going at the same time. And
Yeah,
but this was all done with just a few, very elaborate setup for miking and recording SBD.
Yeah, I really like the way the drums sounded, and they should not sound like that good in my opinion for how we did it. Like especially the kick drum was the cheapest mic I've ever seen. I think I got it from
Radio
Walmart.
Shack mic.
Yeah, it was like one of those like cheap Radio Shack mics. The cord's built into it. It's got like a on-off switch, and the grill was off of it, and it was all jimmy rigged together. And we just, for whatever reason, it worked out.
Wow, that's amazing. I saw a reference, a Ginger Baker live reference. He was definitely keeping it together there.
Yeah, phenomenal drummer, and to be able to keep it up for the length of jams that we did, like that's not even the by far the longest jam. That one was edited down, and like we have some that are at least 20 minutes.
Yeah,
went for it.
Yeah, that's a typical, I think, old 60s, early 70s Pink Floyd type jam, eh? Wouldn't you say? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just
as elements of it, I suppose. Yeah, we did cover some Pink Floyd too. Like we covered a lot of the earlier Syd Barrett stuff.
Yeah.
Like we did Matilda Mother and
Jug Band Blues,
yeah.
Interstellar Overdrive, stuff like that. Yeah. We actually did quite a few of those songs now that I look back and think about it. Definitely a heavy in
Mosh, yeah,
influence
is
on that.
DJ will drop a link. Mosh, drop a link for the artist channel, please. Absolutely. There it is, right there. Okay, yeah, no, this is. I'm going to continue with a few shoutouts and finish off the show here with just a few more, and that's it. Jovel, so Fridays is a madhouse. We start off early in the morning with Jovel DePutzes, and then we get into Dan Anderson at around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and goes right into Laurie, Valerie Bott with her Friday night song club at 2 p.m. It's Eastern time. And right after Valerie, it goes right into Charlie Gabaldon. And then a whole weekend kicks off with Mr. Smith. And I'm glad to see he was up and running. And I think he will be on this Friday, I'm hoping. At 8:30, we have the live drums or sound sessions. Once again, that's every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And that goes right into Pole Vault and Freedom Redbird. They both stream at 10 p.m. Friday nights. I at times bounce back and forth. It's just amazing stuff what goes on Friday nights. And then right after that, you get knocked on to Laurie's Mishmosh with the Friday night hang. That's every Friday, as we mentioned earlier, at midnight, 12 a.m. Eastern time. Right after Laurie's, we go on to my man Gary Hubb's Parking Lot Warrior, Friday, 2 a.m. Eastern time. By then, I'm 13 sheets. I'm done. Yeah. Then we right from Gary's, we go on to the Leelaverse with their Midnight Chill Fridays at 3:15 a.m. Eastern time. So that would be 12:15 p.m. Pacific time, a.m. Sorry. The Nut House is every Saturday night at 10 o'clock. We got Neil's Han Dynasty with pop-up streams and interesting topics that he brings up. SC Wolverines, same deal. I see Miss High and Pendar are back up and in business. We got Alley Patches into the night with Alley and Wes. Alley and Wes, Rich New Designs. There's both links there. They're doing some pretty amazing stuff, as I mentioned in some of the other shows. That, I mean, they just sit there and they're on often, but they're not on just to take. What they do is they actually direct you as to what is going on. They actually set the link and say, this is starting now, this is starting. It's pretty amazing stuff. I love unselfishness. I think that's what's going to make the community even stronger than what it is. Dom Torregrossa and Chris Lane, side by
My
side
dad.
always. Eh? What's that?
Chris Lane's my dad. Is he in the chat there? Is my dad in the chat?
Yeah, he was in there earlier.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I got to give a special shout out to him, anyways. But well, he's not really my dad. We just used to look alike at one point.
You had blonde hair blowing in the wind with the fan?
We used to look somewhat similar at one point, and I think someone commented that we could be father and son. So I just kind of went along with it for a little bit. It was a little bit of a running joke for a few months, maybe a couple of years ago.
That's amazing.
I don't know.
No, that's good. That's good. Dom Torregrossa, and obviously I think we're going to have Chris on at the same time. He's going to be on in a few weeks. As we mentioned, Camp G-May is now at the beginning of the community. Paul shouted out as a notable streaming channel. He does so much for the community. This past weekend with the Blues Fest was just amazing work that he puts into this. It was really good stuff. Axe and Nacho every Wednesdays and Monday nights. You'll see him at 11 o'clock tonight. I think I may stay up for his show tonight. I hope I'll last. The Falcro's been popping up. The Mix Club with Rhett Michael Songs every Sunday at noon. The Real Justine, and she's up every Sunday. I don't know if I'd seen. Oh yeah, I wasn't around Sunday. But she's up every Sunday doing her own gig. Justine, if you can post your own link there, don't be shy. Then we got Scotty Butters Tuesday night music live. We got David Joshua. I'm not sure he's doing his show, but Adorable Anarchy and Tim should be back soon. And don't forget, every Thursday it's a newish show, and JJ and I are trying to promote this. They've had Unshackled Spirit on it, Dynamite Throw, an artist by the name of Rob Bennett, and it's every Thursday at 2 p.m. The Vault live show. Rob's going to be on this show in a few weeks, and we're going to get to know more about it. But please go check it out, 2 p.m. Thursday. If you got a song to submit, bros, follow that link for Rob Bennett and submit one of your songs. Do me a favor, right? He'll play it on his show. It's pretty cool stuff. All right. Back to more music. And I'll let you take it from there, Gartz.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, so we're basically talk about SPD era stuff, and speaking of other members of the band, we did have a mascot actually, and I do think he wants to say hi.
Oh, the SPD mascot! I haven't seen him in a little while.
Hello to Hubert, everybody. This was the SPD mascot. We bring him around to our shows, and he was there for every jam.
That's the Hubert head.
Yeah. Remember, like, during one of the bar shows, we had him just in the window, like, all day, just so people would take a look and be like, what's going on in there?
Yeah. I guess you probably have him insured. I mean, that's your
one of a kind.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have to insure something like that. Yeah.
Been through a lot.
I knew folk punk would love it.
Yeah, it almost reminded me of that Mad Hatter thing he's got at his place there.
Yeah.
In the background.
Yeah, he's even worse than Laurie. If he had his way, I'd be in a different costume every week. Yeah, Frank Mel, great to see you. Yeah, I mean, your live sessions. Now, when was the last time you guys did a live gig?
Together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time SPD had a show.
Yeah, it would have been 2011, I think, because that was when I toured with Sounds from the
2011 would have been,
Yeah, I was on tour with a band I was in with William James, or he's in the chat, and when we came back, the Sioux was the last stop on the tour, and then so we played, both our bands played that show. Yeah, that was a wild night. That was the one I think Hubert was in the window too. And then the cops tried to shut down the show, and it was a big wild ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we had a lot of noise complaints back then for some reason.
Yeah, in general, whether it be shows or jamming.
Yeah. The venue that we regularly played at always got the police called on them after a certain time, and not only that, but the place that I was living at was living at where we were jamming. We'd always get the police called on us after a certain time too. We've gotten more noise complaints within probably 1 month than I can count on one hand, and that
was the thing. We'd be jamming
it was pretty wild,
for I don't know 15, 16 hours straight, a day every day. We were just really invested in that band at the time. Had a lot of spare time, and we just pretty much dedicated it all to that.
Yeah, we we would get together at like maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon and get like maybe 2 cases of beer, and we would, or probably more, and then after that we would jam until the cops would shut us down at like, and because we would be so drunk by the time that it was like 11 o'clock at night, right? You know, we're all blackout drunk, so you know we have no conception of what no concept of time.
Yeah.
So
then his neighbor that we'd have to deal with every once in a while. Like I remember one time he came by and he was just freaking out about the bass because that's all he could hear was the bass.
oh my God, my neighbor, yeah, my neighbor at the time, geez, he started off as like hating us at first, and then and then like later on he turned to drinking and he started liking us, like after
That's
that.
usually how it works.
Yeah. Like he was complaining, then Wayek was like, well, have you ever thought about having a beer? He's like, no, I never thought about that. That's a novel idea. And then next thing we know, we see him doing donuts in the backyard on his riding lawnmower. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's a class. If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
We were a bad influence back then.
That's
Beer
amazing.
and bacon.
Yeah.
All right, so the next song we have on cue is a No Arrow track, and it's question marked.
Well, it's no arrow, but it's only 2 people in it, right? Like I'm on guitar and I'm on drums, and we got Gordium on bass for this, and so yeah, I'm still continuing on with the No Arrow name. I still use it for whatever projects I'm still doing, which are kind of a lot more few and far between these days than
It's good to see you
they used to
making
be.
music again. And I was glad to be part of that because now we can just send it out online and send our parts. And I had just gotten a bass again after not having one since being in a band with him all those years ago.
15 years of not having a bass, right? Yeah.
It got stolen years ago, and I just never got another one. So I just ended up playing more guitar, and then found one at the pawn shop one day, and he had this track that he'd been working on. And then so I laid down a bass track, and that was the first time I'd played in years, besides like guitar and synths and that.
Well, let's give this one a spin. This is another unlisted, somewhat of a premiere, and it's called Question Marked. All right.
Thanks. Now, I put that song out like a little, like probably sometime late last year, but it wasn't ever mastered properly. So now it's actually finally got the bass and the drum response in it. So had to give it
Yeah, it
another.
sounded better than it did for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Thank
I know
you.
you gave me the. Yeah, you sent me 2 different ones, and
I gave you
yeah,
the Iggy.
yeah, this sounds amazing. Very, yeah, well done. And I love the change up. Like you've got 2 different changes in that, where it almost stops and then dips and then just comes right back up again. And I was watching the plane where like the noses dip. It's almost like the song did that. It's
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, I
it was
remember I
amazing.
had a bit of a hard time doing the bass for that, especially in the intro there. It took me a couple takes.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it does that dip, that's actually a reverse cymbal hit. So I hit the cymbal on the drums, and then after that, I made it go in reverse in post production.
Wow.
That's why it sounds like it's being like sucked up or sucked in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've done that before with a guitar, but never with a cymbal. That's amazing. I didn't even catch that. But,
Oh, the guitar can do that too? I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the comments. This is amazing. Well, I want to thank you both. We can continue talking, man. Is there anything that we'd like to cover? Is there anything?
I have a new EP out from Coax Chrome. It's on my Bandcamp there, and my other album is available through Morningstar Records.
Yeah.
And his No Arrow is available on Morningstar Records, as well as like a bunch of great other artists. Like if you go to their website, every artist is on there, and I suggest checking them out.
Yeah, he's got. I know when I had him on Mike, we I saw both of you guys. We have Midnight Bandit.
Yeah.
Roque? No. Yeah, Roque.
Mazen Music Lab.
Mazen. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it was.
Bias is on there too.
Who's that?
Bias.
Yes. Yeah, there's amazing talents. And again, what are the benefits of going through that avenue?
Well, I like it because you have exposure also. Like if someone's looking for through those other artists, and it's more like a collective, right? If people can discover the other artists because you're on the same label as well, and like Elastic Stage has been great. Like Mike Haggith handles all of that end, so I appreciated that. Like anyone can go up and use Elastic Stage and put up their own stuff if they wanted to.
Yeah. Well, we know Mike Haggith a little bit from when he lived in Sault Ste. Marie too. So,
Yeah, he was big in the scene when we were in bands. Like when he was here for college, so that's how we met him. Played quite a few shows on the same bill as him over the years.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, he was saying.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny how we all kind of know each other. Like we were all living in the same town at the same time when things were kind of going on there.
Very cool. And so have you completed the album now, release on YouTube, or you still have a few more tracks?
I still got a few more tracks to go. I got one that's debuting on Thomas Christ's show on I got to upload that tonight. I think I should probably get on that probably after we wrap up here. There's one that's going to be debuting on the show this week, and then after that there's about I think 3 more, and then after that, that's it for that album. But there is actually an EP follow-up to Souls for Sale that was that never got put out either too. So that'll probably get like another round through on U Rock there, with the updated track, because that was actually supposed to be a track that was supposed to go on there
Okay.
at 1.2, and then after that, I don't know. After that, I think we got some plans for SBD. We're going to be going back to SBD, and we're going to be doing something to get maybe another physical release, possibly.
Yeah, we're not too sure. We've been going back and forth because we did release an SBD album called Sonic Experiments when we were in the band.
But that was only just scratching the surface of
all the tracks that we've recorded. Yeah.
Like he was saying earlier there, we have like a lot of SBD stuff that is pretty much just waiting to be unearthed. But length is what it is. So it would be probably, probably a lot of separate, probably a lot of separate CDs, a lot of separate releases we would have to do for it.
Very cool. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to be stopping by Morningstar myself. I'll check out both albums. And we owe, who was it, Jamie? Jamie Lynn, a CD of yours. So I'll be definitely getting that. And, yeah, I want to thank you, Wayek, for coming on to the show. I know JJ was all over it. And then you immediately asking for Gordium is just amazing. I've been following you since I met you on Thomas's stream, I think, at first. And yeah, it's just amazing music. And I think I said it enough tonight how much I love that live, fresh sound that you guys own. It's just amazing. Gordium, bro.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
Thanks,
so
Frank.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, any last words to everybody out here?
Rock on, everybody. Love chatting with you. Everyone's been so supportive of everybody else's music, and it's a great thing to see.
Yeah, thank you everybody for giving me the opportunity to get some of our music back out there, and really means a lot to me. And it means a lot to everybody else, Gordium, and the other people that are not here, who that are not in part of the community along with us, that are other band members and stuff like that. That we speak for them, just to say that we really appreciate you guys taking the time to check us out again. It's really great, for sure. Really,
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Definitely.
All right, I want to thank DJ and especially for all the hard work backstage, and my partner in crime, JJ, who pretty much came up with this concept of the community pulse, and here we are today, a little over a year now, and it's
Right on.
yeah, it's amazing stuff. We get to meet everybody backstage. That's one of our highlights, and I've expanded it obviously with Hubsy and Justine and Laurie and DJ, who come backstage before. It's a little party pre-show. It's just amazing. I love this community. I love everything about it. I love all the people in it. Yeah, and once again, thank you both for accepting this. After the show, Laurie and DJ will probably show up backstage, and JJ. Let's see who comes back, and Hubs and Justine's welcome. Anyways, We're going to
Yeah,
close
cool.
off the
After
show.
party.
Yeah. So we're going to close off the show with something that means a lot to my family, especially my wife, is the support that we give Indigenous peoples in Ontario, especially because that's where we're from, obviously. But it was in 2020, just after all the bullshit that was going on with the COVID and the riots, and it was just so much happening. And then I was watching this show called Yellowstone, and I there was a scene in the show where they started to find unmarked graves, and being naive and not knowing much about what had actually happened, I just thought, man, I can't believe this happened in the U.S. Lo and behold, a couple months later, we started to find all these unmarked graves here in Ontario, BC, and other parts of Canada. It's actually still gives me chills. I put together a song called, I put
I know
together
what you mean.
this song called The Flame, and I dedicate it to all Indigenous peoples and communities, not just here in Canada, but around the world. It's called The Flame. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Love you all. Take care. See you guys. We'll see you backstage.
Sun is sitting, cities falling, people screaming. Pray for the drowning children, hear them calling, no one's listening. People pointing, no one takes the blame. No sense in trying to fight it. It's all the same. Shattered dreams, spirits stolen, shadowed souls, fallen minds. Has our love lost its reason? Has our love lost its flame? Don't tell me times are changing. Heard that same old shit since I was 10. People draining fluids from the earth, world wars, greed, insanity. Humanity's lost its grip, no truth, no hope, no peace. It's setting sun, sun is sitting, cities falling, people screaming. Shattered